Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name's Elizabeth, and today we're going to be talking about 7 different ideas and lessons that Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, can teach you that can help you be successful and live a better life. Let's get started. So if you don't know, Jeff Bezos, he is the founder and CEO of Amazon, and he started Amazon. He had a successful job beforehand, and then he ended up quitting. He had talked to his boss about it. He wasn't sure. And his boss said, well, this sounds like an idea of someone who doesn't already have a really great job. This is an idea for someone who isn't in your position to start. But Jeff Bezos really felt like this was something he wanted to do, so he started his online bookstore. As we know, it eventually turned into this powerhouse, and he is a billionaire, and he has changed the world. He has changed the industry and how things are done. So I know Amazon makes my life better. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I know it is essential, and it's totally changed the game. So here are some of his tips. So number 1 is the regret minimization framework. So how do we minimize regret? So Jeff Bezos was working a high-powered financial job, and he was in the middle of bonus season, made a lot of money and was doing very well for himself, was very successful. But he had this idea for Amazon and starting an online bookstore. And he was not sure what to do. He was really struggling with this decision. And eventually, in order to make the decision, we know he eventually did start it, right? We know the success today that he has had today. But he thought about it through the lens and the framework of what would his 80 or 85-year-old self think? Would he regret not taking that step? Would he be happy that he stayed at his job? Would he be happy if he took the chance and took the risk? And so when he looked at it through his older self, he was like, oh my gosh, I'm totally going to regret this. I need to do this. So even though it was hard, even though it was the middle of bonus season, he did choose to leave his job and start Amazon. Now, it took a lot of time and for it to become a success, and eventually it did, and he's a billionaire, etc., and it's really changed the lives and has helped so many people. But he had to take that big risk and that big jump. Sometimes fear or worry or trying to make these decisions can hold us back, and it can be challenging in our lives. And so this is something for you. If you are experiencing something, I know I have started to do this with some of the decisions, even with my banks. I was like, I don't know. I like them, but I'm not sure, and I kind of want to get rid of them. I'm like, well, what would my 85-year-old self say? And I was like, she'd be like, why the heck didn't you just try getting rid of them? And so I was like, you know what? I need to. And it was other things as well. And is this really getting in the way of things? Is your own mind getting in the way? If you're worrying about your banks, what else are you worrying about, right? So anyways, look at it through that older person. Always go back, because that's a way to minimize regret and to truly know if you really should do something. Because then if you ask yourself and you're like, oh, I wouldn't care, then that will help you as well, right? So see if your older self will care or not care, and hopefully that will help you make a decision. Right, number 2 is beware of the narrative fallacy. So it's interesting because a lot of this information comes from the Everything Store, which is a book about Jeff Bezos and his life and what he built. But he actually declined to be interviewed for this book because he believed in the narrative fallacy. He thought that he would have made some things and answered things to be more simple and to make it out to be a certain way when really that's not how it was. And so he said, be careful in life, because anybody who's successful, they might not tell the full story. Like, we might think we are, but we might forget some of those hard things. Like, even if you're a mother and you've been through pregnancy, there's a lot of aspects of pregnancy and childbirth that you remember it was hard. You remember some of these things, but I might skip over some of these things or not get into the daily detail, the nitty-gritty detail of everything that really happened. And so there's a lot of luck involved. And so Jeff Bezos suggests that you focus on what are your strengths, put in the hard work, and you will be successful. So be careful. You can look to other people for advice, but know that everyone's going to be different. Everyone's success is going to be different. And I know I've been sharing information about successful people and some of the trends they have, but ultimately we're all going to be different. And so you can learn from them, but do what works best for you. Number 3 is to invent the future instead of wait for it. So invent the future. So that's what he did. It was so strange to buy books online, right? And eventually you could buy anything you wanted online on Amazon, but it's totally changed the world. He decided to be the person to start that. Instead of waiting and seeing what does the future bring, you want to create the future. And so this can help you to be creative and can help you think about in your life, even with your goals, Instead of just going along with the days and seeing what happens in your life, create, innovate, think about what do you actually want in your life? What do you want to come in the days to come? And so in order to get there, you have to be intentional and start to create the future. Just like if you want to feel strong and fit, you have to start creating it by exercising and weightlifting and eating a certain way, right? If we want to start a business, we have to start taking those actions and getting there. If we want to improve ourselves in any way, we have to take those steps first and create our future. So create the future. Don't just react to whatever the future ends up being. Number 4, this one is about how to help customers and how to make money, right? So they think that every time you sell something, you make money. And this is partly true, but really it's about the process before. And Amazon is the search engine that optimizes finding the best products that will help other people and help the customer. But at the end of the day, the customer needs to know, what do they want? Also, have you ever been in an experience when you want to buy a product, but you're not sure, you have these questions, and so that's the goal, is to solve the problem in any business. Or if you have a business, you want to solve a problem for your customer or for people you're helping. So when money comes along, you want to focus on service. You want to focus on providing a product or something that can help make something easier for someone or make something enjoyable for someone. It's always about service and about helping and giving back. Number 5 is the customer always comes first. This kind of goes along with number 4, but Jeff Bezos knew that customers wanted fast shipping, they wanted lower prices. And so he delivered, he listened. And of course, this hurt them at the beginning, but he was playing the long game. So that is another tip too, is to play the long game in your life and with your success journey, with whatever you're working on. It's the long game. It's not just the immediate right now. And so instead of trying to make all these profits at the beginning, which is what a lot of businesses do, which it's tempting to do, right? You want to make money, you need to survive, you need to grow, and you just want that for yourself. But play the long game and start now and go, what is going to help the customer? And if you focus on the customer, if you focus on who you're serving and ask what they need and you provide what they need, you listen to them and then you act and provide, then you're going to be fine, right? So we want to help people, we want to serve, and we also want to play the long game with things. Things take time, so be patient and build the right foundation so you're not crumbling once you've built it. A lot of businesses fail and people fail if they just start and they didn't build that strong foundation. Number 6 is to cannibalize yourself instead of be cannibalized by someone else. So this is interesting. Stick with me. This is something that I saw from somebody, and I just thought it was interesting because if you are in business or you're trying to innovate, you want to be the one who hurts yourself. So instead of having someone else come up with an idea, you want to be that person. So if you already give away free information online, maybe you want to, or you have a product and you sell that service, maybe give information away for free. People are like, why are you doing that? Well, that is something that it cannibalizes yourself. So you're hurting yourself because you're just giving the information away for free, right? Think about it. If you are selling a course, but then someone comes online and just gives all the information away, people aren't probably going to need your course. So if you do that and you have your course, then you're probably going to be more successful, right? So that's just an interesting concept to think about. And it's to always challenge yourself and kind of try to put yourself out of business in a way, and think about what other people will be doing and do that instead first. Number 7, be stubborn on your vision, but flexible with the details. So we want to have these big goals. We want to have this vision and this dream for our lives, and then we want to take action on it. But we're going to have to be flexible along the way. Things come up, things happen, and maybe the path that you currently see is not going to be the path that gets you there. You want to get your goal. Never change the goal, but you might need to change the path to get there. So just be flexible and just know that maybe there's another way that you haven't thought about, and be okay being flexible and taking a different direction. All right, those were 7 tips from Jeff Bezos and maybe some lessons we can learn. I know that when I was going over some of these, I really thought differently. And I think it wasn't just the standard and generic answers that I do often read or hear about. And so hopefully one of these things is helpful to you or made you think in a different way. If so, let me know in the comments below. What do you think? What did you take away? Do you have anything that could help someone else? Do you like Amazon? Do you like Jeff Bezos? Let me know in the comments below. Feel free to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And if you want more videos like this, feel free to subscribe or share with a friend who you think this could be helpful with. So feel free to follow for more. I'm going to be posting more videos on improving your yourself, your mindset, how to achieve success and health and happiness and to live a better life. So thank you so much for being here. Good luck. You've got this. I believe in you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.